if you would like to learn how to make homemade old-fashioned mashed potatoes, then stay tuned and I will show you how I make my homemade mashed potatoes. Now don't be intimidated, they're not hard. It's just a process. You have to get through each step, and once you get past each step it's just one big process, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy these, and stay tuned for more. For this recipe, I'm using 12 to 13 small to medium sized potatoes, sour cream, a half a cup of milk, butter, and some mayonnaise. I think mayonnaise and sour cream makes the potatoes very flavorful towards the end, but this is completely optional and you do not have to use this. My choice of mayonnaise that I like to use is Hellmann's, but this is completely up to you and by no means do you have to do this. You can do anything you want with your recipe. If you'd like to use a different type of mayonnaise and not use the sour cream at all, that's completely up to you. First step is to make the potatoes clean, and we are going to start off by washing them. Next step is we are going to add some water into a pot. I usually let my water go up to about 3/4 full, and then I stop with the water and I kind of see if it's going to boil over once I start actually cooking the potatoes. Now we can bring that pot and we're going to kind of go to medium heat a little bit above it, and then we're going to let it boil. Here's a closer look to what temperature I set it on. Now you can go ahead and salt your water at this time. This is up to you. I think it always cooks a lot better when it's salted. Now we can cut up our potatoes into smaller chunks, and we are going to get any imperfections. Now I will tell you I do like to keep the skin on my potatoes because I think there's a lot of nutrients that each of the potatoes offer. Now I have all my potatoes chopped up and we are ready to put it in that boiling water. So now just let those potatoes cook and we will wait till these potatoes become fork tender, and then they should be done. My potatoes are ready to drain, and we are just going to drain out all the water and kind of scoop up all the potatoes that are at the bottom. Now we are going to add our milk into the potatoes, and next we will be adding the butter. Now we are going to be adding the butter as to taste. We don't want it to become too moist and too liquefied, but we're going to add enough for flavor and to incorporate within all the potatoes. The biggest key in making really good mashed potatoes is not to overdo it and add a little bit at a time. If you do too much at once, it's really hard to correct it, depending if you make it too liquefied or if you make it a little chunky, but if you liquefy it, it's definitely harder to correct. As you notice I'm adding the sour cream in it. Now I add this to change the texture, but I also add this to change the taste. Adding sour cream adds a little bit of creaminess to it, and it has almost not a tart taste, but it has just a very flavorful, robust taste, and I really enjoy it, and I think it makes it very tasty, and everybody seems to enjoy it. Now the Hellmann's mayonnaise really isn't going to be something you're going to notice all that much within your potatoes. It's just something to balance out the other flavors. Now don't forget your salt and pepper. I would think almost everybody likes salt and pepper within their mashed potatoes, just simply because it adds seasoning and it kind of spices it up. So there you have it. That is my take on old-fashioned mashed potatoes.